Okay, you guys, so this is our steps for graphing stories. So we should be in our OMG, which is our composition notes notebook. Remember, OMG stands for Outstanding Math Guide, and we're on page 37. So 36 yesterday, you did the bridge problem. Today, we are doing page 37. We're writing down these steps. So step one, we always read the problem. So the bridge problem, remember, we just read it. A group of workers are planning to paint a bridge. X equals the number of workers, Y equals the length of time it will take the workers to paint the bridge. Okay? Next you do, always, you set up your table. But instead of putting X and Y at the top of your table, we're going to fill in what X and Y are in words. So instead of writing X on the top of this table, we wrote number of workers. And instead of writing Y, we wrote time to paint. And then remember, we added in our units that we use for the time. So the first problem, we did hours. The second problem, we did days, which is totally fine. If it doesn't tell you, you get to make it up. So that's where step 3 comes into play. Make some choices. So with the bridge problem, we decided that little bridge between Cumberland Park and Kane Park. Okay, or you could have picked the San Francisco Bridge, okay, or you could pick a New York bridge or whatever bridge you wanted. So you're going to have to always make a choice right up front. And then when you're making your table, normally for the first number, you've got to make a choice. So we made a choice on that little bridge that one worker, it would take 16 hours. So we decided that it was 16-hour paid job. You could have decided anything you wanted. You could have said 300 hours, as long as it makes sense for that problem, okay? And then you use that choice to create the rest of your table. So remember, you always need 5 values. You pick the x's yourself, so it doesn't matter what x's you choose as long as they're going to work out for your problem, okay? And then we're going to draw our graph just like we did in NAGS. We're going to label the x and y axis with words. We like to type this table into Desmos to find out what Desmos says to count on your graph by, but you could do it either way. You're going to plot your points, and then you only connect if necessary. That if necessary is really important, okay? So we connect when it's something you measure, like time, weight, and length. When you can have a decimal for it, part of it, okay? I could have part of a minute. I could have part of a pound. I could have part of an inch. So like 3.6 inches, okay? So that's what I connect. But when my X is something we count, like people or shirts or dogs or computers, anything that you would count that you can't have part of. I can't have part of a computer because then my computer wouldn't work. Okay, I do not connect. That's called a discrete graph, just like Ms. Castor said on the bridge problem. And when you can connect it, it's called a continuous graph, a continuous graph. So throwing some math lingo at you. So these are the steps. Go ahead and go to part 2, and we're going to do a problem with these steps.